Good evening, one and all. This is the Retro Bear, live from the Gaming Pantry. Once again, welcoming you to the tNb Gaming Podcast, live here on Sunday, the 5th of December. Just checking to make sure that's the date and the right time. And a very, very warm welcome to you, wherever you are, wherever you may be doing, etc., etc. And I presume some of you have been out on the old shopping trips today, because it's been Doncaster Gaming Market, and that is what we were going to do tonight, and we're still going to do a bit of it, but not quite as we planned. I'll get into that a little bit later. As you can see, got the old tree up. There we go, that thing in the background, they'll twinkle away in the background, and yeah, bit of festivities going on. But it's that time of year, isn't it? Time of year for people to start getting involved in Christmas. We're only 3 weeks away now. Can't believe it, looking at that date, 3 weeks yesterday. So if that comes as a surprise to you, obviously you've not been checking your calendar. So what have we got on tonight for you? Well, like I said, we're going to do a bit of a post-Doncaster chat with somebody who's been there today to sort of give us the hot gossip from Doncaster, if there was any hot gossip at all. I don't know. I didn't go myself, but I know quite a few people were going. And we've also got a couple of guests with us as well. We're going to just have a bit of a general chit-chat. We may take some questions and answers from the chat. We'll just see how we get on, really. Just have a bit of a wing it. Just to remind you as well that in 2 weeks' time, we do have a final podcast of the year. And it's a bit of a special, that one, because we're going to be talking the Master System. Those of you who enjoy the Master System, collecting for it, may want to tune in on that. We've got a special guest lined up to join some of the tNb guys to talk about the Master System. That's in 2 weeks' time. Do share that around. Got the people in the chat already. I can see we've got 6 watchers. Got a couple of comments. Good evening to Stuart, Generation Pixel. Rock and Roller, always here. Not first this time, though, but you are here. Mrs. Bear's with us as well. And also, Gull Payne is here. Hello, mate. Nice to see you in the chat. Retrodome Music, hello again. All the way from Germany, I believe. Good evening to you. Hope everything's okay. We've also got UK Video Game Pirate. I'm not the only one who puts the tree up in the game room again. No. I don't usually do this. Usually I have some lights just we sort of run across the back there, across where it says New Tat. But this year, we've sort of invested in a little tree which will sit quite nicely. I've got it in nice position, I think. Sort of fits very, very well. And also, Retro Crazy Gaming is here as well. Good evening to you. Hope you're well, Amanda. Right, so let's kick off with our guests for the evening. I'll bring in from the tNb first of all. He's been to Doncaster today. He's very, very graciously agreed to come on at short notice. Hopefully he won't fall asleep halfway through, because we've had a quick chat beforehand, and he's incredibly tired because he has been up since first thing this morning. But I'm very pleased to say that Pete Fighter 2 is with us.
Good evening, Russ.
Good evening, mate. And yeah, long day, but thank you very much indeed for jumping on and agreeing to do this.
No problem. I was sort of like half thinking about doing it anyway, but I don't know. Just very tired.
Well, I mean, as you were saying beforehand, it's one of the big events of the year, this one, isn't it, Doncaster Gaming Market? So
yeah, it's the only event really that I make sure I go to. I mean, it was touch and go for a little bit because of various travelling and problems, and we'll probably get into it later, but my ride let me down, didn't it?
Oh yes, it's mentioned first thing this morning. You were late by a bus driver who was taking Sunday driving quite literally to the max, really. Phoebe Chicken's here, talk about driving. Good evening, Mr. Chicken. Hope you're well. Yeah, so we'll probe you, if you pardon the expression, a bit more deeply about that one later on.
I think you'd have to buy me a drink first.
Well, yeah, I thought it was easier than that, to be honest. I'd heard it was easier than that. Anyway, right, let's bring our guests in. Now, obviously, if you saw the last podcast 2 weeks ago, I said I wasn't quite really sure how this was going to turn out, because we were expecting Sean to be with us tonight. Unfortunately, Sean's not very well, so he didn't go to Doncaster today. And Pete said, obviously, as he just said, that it was going to be touch and go whether he'll be in here or not. So it might have just been me possibly sat here this time, but 2 people volunteered pretty much straight away and said that, if they've got nobody else to come on, or we were short of guests or whatever, they'd happily jump on. So I'm really pleased to say that we managed to open 2 volunteers, and they have been on before, so they know what they're doing. Firstly, from the middle of nowhere, presume he's got some electricity and he doesn't burst into song at any particular point in the evening. It's a very good evening to
Game Zone Bird Room.
And we didn't rehearse that at all. Fantastic. How are you, James? All right?
I'm very well, Russ. It's so lovely to have a nice hot shower, mate. I'm telling you that.
Have you been without power for long, or were you affected by it? Or
Yeah, for about 10 days.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been a nightmare, mate. It really has.
So
Having cold showers, you know, we managed to get a few burners going because we've got 2 burners in the house, which sort of warmed the house up. But yeah, it's been a bloody nightmare, mate.
So were you right in the thick of it? Because obviously we had it was not Friday just gone, the Friday before, wasn't it? We had the storm R1, I believe is what they called it.
Yeah, that didn't cause as much problem. It's the boiler that kept shorting out all the electrics.
Oh, right. I've had that. Oh, you had boiler problems. Okay.
Yeah, it's been the boiler problems that has been shorting out the electrics and yeah, it's been a right bugger. But you know, it's all sorted now. Having nice hot showers. The first shower I had was the best shower I've had for a very long time.
9-10 that. Yeah.
I smell all right now.
That's right. The good thing is we can't, you know, obviously it's not smell-o-vision. That's probably a good thing as well. But no, thank you for agreeing to come on again, mate. You had an absolute blast when we were here 2 weeks ago, didn't you? So it was good to have you on again.
Always a pleasure, mate. Always a pleasure. Yeah.
We'll talk a bit more about your 12 streams of Christmas, which you've been organising, which started yesterday. If you're not aware of that, James will fill us in a little bit later. Somebody who is part of that 12 streams of Christmas, and that indeed has his stream coming out tomorrow night. Very pleased to have him back on, one of my favourite people on YouTube. It is a good evening to that UK gamer, and if you're wearing a beret. Hey!
Yep. Well, I just thought I'd put something on, because why not?
I was hoping... sorry, mate.
In the run-up to Christmas, and that's when I got this, like, 5-6 years ago, so... something different.
I was hoping for Trucker Martin to turn up tonight, if you're going to wear a hat.
That might be tomorrow.
But again, thank you for so much for agreeing to come on and do this, Matt. I know you volunteered pretty much straight away, so I appreciate that, and it's great to have you back on again.
Anytime, it's a pleasure to do it again.
Lovely. Well, that's good of you to say so, mate. So, yeah, it's sort of nice to have people here to talk to. So we'll crack on. Let's talk about Doncaster then, because obviously that's the topic of the moment, and I probably just a bit to talk to Pete before he sort of drifts off and falls asleep, because it has been a long day for him. So I mean, what was it like then, Pete, for those of us who didn't go, who haven't been to Doncaster before? What's the actual setup like there as such?
The setup's brilliant. I mean, it's the only market I've ever been to, so I can't really compare it to anything, but it's just like, it's just Mecca. It really is. It's like just this big room just full of stalls. It gets really busy really quickly, and it did today. It got really busy like after about sort of 15 minutes after the doors opened, and that was like just for the early bird people. But it did seem to quieten off, and the last couple of times I've been were a lot busier. So I think people are just staying in for COVID and stuff, which is it's probably for the best, but those idiots like us just decided to brave it.
Do you think it put people off going because compared to I know you've been there previously, was it less busy than usual?
Yeah, it did seem it. It was also really short notice. I don't know, because I mean the national restrictions are that you wear a mask in a shop, so I assumed it applied to that. So I masked up anyway, but. There's no keeping away from people in a place like that.
No. I went to Birmingham in September, and the rules were a little bit more relaxed back then, but
yeah,
I still had my mask on all the way around. There weren't many people wearing them, to be honest with you, but
no, there were a fair few not on there. But I mean, no judgment. But yeah, it's like you're packed in like sardines, aren't you? You can't really keep away from each other. But they had sanitizer about. They were stuff like that. Yeah, just nice and I suppose well managed. No, I didn't see anyone actually going around asking people to put masks on, but a lot of people did. But yeah, as far as restrictions go, I think everyone just assumed the same as me. I don't think anyone really knows what they actually are in a place like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So what time did you get there?
I managed to get there for about 10:30, only half an hour later than I anticipated. But I actually still managed to queue inside, which was good because it was raining outside. But I'd been there about that time before, and I was all the way towards the back near the car park. So that shows how much quieter it was compared to normal.
Mm-hmm.
But it was also really short notice. So
you dry.
Yeah. But yeah, it was great. It was, you know, as I was queuing, I saw Nath turn up with his mate Ben, and he came and queued with me. Bumped into Eddie on the inside. Obviously, we knew that he was going to be there because if he wasn't, I wasn't getting home.
Eddie has a habit of wandering off, doesn't he? Because all I've seen on our chat today is, Eddie, where are you? Eddie, where are you? Where are you, Eddie? Because I had the same problem at Birmingham. I turned around 1 minute and he'd gone.
He's gone.
And I was like, where the hell has he gone to?
I christened him Kevin McAllister while we were in there because you take your eyes off him for 1 second and he's gone. So he sent a message around because we were all supposed to be going for a drink, and he sent a message around asking where people were. So I said I was like near Craig's Here Again stall, and I waited there for about 10 minutes and he didn't arrive. So I decided to go for a wander, and he was stood with someone else at another stall. So I went and stood and watched him and to make sure he didn't disappear. I got distracted by some pearly bead art for like a few seconds, turned back around again, and he wasn't there. He'd gone.
He just had a habit of, when I went to Birmingham, I walked in there, I turned around, and he was the first person I saw. And then 5 minutes later, walking around with him, I turned around, I was asking him for advice about something, and he'd gone. I was like, where's he? Just like looking at him, I thought, where's he gone to? He was there, 5 seconds ago. I don't know, he's a shapeshifter or something.
How rude of him.
Yeah.
He's also like a magpie, though, as well. He gets distracted by so many things.
That's probably what it is.
We're trying to usher him towards the bar for about half an hour, and he was just sort of falling into boxes of Sega magazines and stuff like that.
No, yeah, but he knows, so he's useful. He's not useful. He's a good person to have at an event like that because he does know a lot of stuff and know what the value of things are, whether you're paying over the odds are about the same price or that's a bargain sort of thing.
He is really knowledgeable, isn't he?
Yeah. Speak of the devil.
And there he is.
Good evening, Eddie.
At least we know where he is this time.
Yeah.
Yes, Eddie, you stay in the chat, all right?
That's a special reins made for him next time you go. keep him on a leash. Okay, so I mean, in terms of store holders, I mean, I saw the floor plans. I think you posted it all the way it was laid out. It seemed like an awful lot of stallers were going to be there. Was there?
Yeah, there was a fair bit. I mean, there are a few I've noticed cropping up that are just like starting to sell kind of like tartan stuff. Like there were ones that were just selling magazines. There were ones that were literally just selling mystery boxes where you could buy, like buy a box for a tenner and you don't know what's in it, sort of thing. But I mean, they were like a lot of the staples were there. Sore Thumbs were there. Predator Games were there. We are Doncaster and 2E and Craig were all there selling their things. No house clearance this time, which was a shame because there were some bargains to be had there.
Oh yeah, tell us about that because some people might not remember what happened last time you were there. Yeah,
last time there was just a big stall of like house clearance stuff, and they were just like they didn't know what anything was worth, and they were just like throwing prices at things. I got my Philips video pack for 50 quid with a bunch of games, which is, I mean, it's not really good, but it's good. It's good, like 20 or 30 quid cheaper than you'd pay for it in a shop. But then there were people, and like people were buying Amigas for like 50 quid a pop. But then there were also other stuff like basically everything just seemed to be 50 quid instead of research, and they were just seemed to be selling everything for 50 quid. So some people got some really good deals, but then there were things like Mega Drives and PlayStation 1s and stuff that they wanted far more than they were worth.
Yeah,
but yeah, there were nothing like that this time. It were all proper sellers, and like I said, a lot of like magazines and tat as well. But for the most part, really good stuff. Nice to see Downstairs because he's got his new is it Hidden Chest or something?
Hidden Chest Gaming, yes, which I think he's opening in January now. I think from what I've understood anyway. So. Yeah,
so it's nice to see him sort of getting the stuff out there, getting the name out there and stuff. I got a business card from him.
He's got business cards.
He's got business cards, yeah, really good quality ones. Well. Sorry?
What's that, Jack? Sorry?
It made it into my song as well.
Yes, it did. Yes, yeah.
I've not seen this song thing. I'm going to have to go back and have a look at
that. No, don't. No, please don't. You'll ruin your Christmas.
Your ears will bleed.
Oh, we've got business cards in there. Okay, he's got
Yeah, really good quality business cards as well. You could kill somebody with one of them.
Did anybody anything over on his stall today? Just out of interest, because that's very
Don't
much
think so.
a running joke between you, him, and Nathan. I think.
Well, it was going to be Sean this time, wasn't it? Because
Yeah.
Nate did it the first time, I did it the second time, and then it was supposed to be Sean's turn, but he didn't turn out.
Perhaps he stacked it better this time then. Could be to do with that. Loose Mega Man 4 on the Game Boy for £200.
Yeah, that was one of them.
Ooh.
There was some super expensive stuff. I was trying to get Nate to buy a copy of Chaos Flying Squadron 2 on the Saturn for £300, but he wasn't having it.
That's not playing fair, is it?
Nate's proper tight like me.
There you go, James. Your song's made it onto our Christmas rotation by the sound of it this year.
Oh, thank you. You're such a darling, Retro Bear. Mrs. Retro Bear.
Mrs. Retro Bear, yeah.
Well, you're a darling too.
I am. It's the way I walk. I think that's what it is. But yeah, I don't know. I think she needs a ear syringe. That's probably what it is.
I heard Russ's is coming out next week.
Have you?
Yeah, Russ's song is coming out next week.
Yeah, Christmas #1.
Yeah.
You still owe me that Vanilla Ice song actually from the singing game, SingStar thing.
Do I?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
You said you were going to take requests for that SingStar game, and I said Vanilla Ice.
I don't remember that.
Of course you don't.
Panicking now. Yeah. I can't do it on YouTube anyway. I'll send you a private video, and you don't want that, believe me.
Oh yeah, you'll get copyright stroke.
I'll get copyright knocked off on that one.
I'd be very concerned if I got a private video from Russell.
yeah. Here's that song for you, just for you, Martin. There we go. Also, Eddie say, Nath dropped a load of games onto the CX counter, but we ended up buying half of them off him. So I take it he took some stuff for trading then, did he? Or
yeah.
I
think it was just Eddie that bought stuff off him. I can't remember what it was. Oh, it was that black and white pinball thing, wasn't it? But yeah, I got a stack of stuff off other YouTubers as well, which is nice. I got some stuff off Basubi, which is really nice. Thank you, James.
Yeah, James in the chat earlier. Yep, there he is.
Yeah, sent them all the way from Japan to Eddie, and Eddie's passed them on to me. I got a couple of games off Corbana.
Yeah.
Bit of stuff off Nath. It's done nicely from as like in a gift kind of way. Incidental shout outs to everybody who I can remember that was there. There was obviously Eddie, Nath, from Ben, who was a really good guy. We got Corbana, there was Chili, there was Liam, Retro Ram.
Oh, Liam was there, good, yeah.
There were Marcus and Tommy. Big Game Al, obviously, because he's everywhere. Trying to think who else. Dylan was there, Griffo, Paul, Inks Northerner.
No, yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm missing anybody out here, but there was just a lot.
Basically everyone but us.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone sort of north of the equator.
Apart from Big Game Al.
Apart from Big Game Al, yeah, who's just everywhere.
Yeah.
Easily. It was just like a really good day. But I'm just completely wiped out now, as you can tell, because I just can't talk.
The Fox box was there.
No idea what he's talking about.
Eddie thinks Feed Me Chicken was there as well.
I heard he was going. I don't know if he was. If he was there, he wasn't in character, which is weird because I've never seen him break character.
In showers with the mask on.
James. Basubi said he was there. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I'm not going to ask you to show your stuff off, Pete, because I know you probably want to do a video about it. So I'm not going to ask you to.
I don't mind showing a couple of things.
Well, if you want to give us, just a couple of brief highlights, up to you, mate. I don't, I know people say these things to pick up. So, if you want to put it on the big screen. Yeah.
Well, if you want, I've got something that Martin will get a kick out of, definitely.
Okay, let's just put you on the old solo layout. There we go.
Got a bit of artwork for my game room. It's cool Sonic print.
Oh, that's cool.
It's where's my webcam? Signed by, is it there? No, it's there. Duncan Guttridge, the guy who did the artwork for Sonic 2 and 3 in the UK.
Nice.
Yeah,
Phoebe Chicken has confirmed he was there.
He was there.
There we go. So you may have seen him.
No one knows. Yeah, I got a couple of bits of artwork for my room. This is something I was looking for. I picked up a copy of Intrepid Easy for the Dreamcast. So a brand new game out on the Dreamcast.
Never heard of that one.
No, it's only been out a couple of months. No new swords. No. They don't tend to sell things like that because people tend to stab each other.
I know they sell swords at Comic-Con, but they're like foam ones, I think, like really compressed foam.
I'm trying to think what else I bought. There wasn't really that much that I don't want to spoil, but
okay, that's fine.
Completed a couple of consoles that I was just missing certain peripherals for. Got a new gun for the collection, courtesy of Basubi. A couple of mini consoles I was missing, but I'll not spoil too much because I will be filming a video tomorrow. That's
fine then. No, there we go. That's exactly what it should be. So if you want to see what Pete bought at Doncaster, go across and subscribe to Pete because he'll be putting a new video up in the next couple of days for you to see what he got. It's the best way. That's the way to do it. That's the way you do it. So, but I'm
sorry, Bear. I'm quite disappointed that Chicken didn't go with his mask on.
Yeah, so am I.
That's really upset me. That has.
Yeah, imagine that the store holders now like. But...
Did you wear your beret to London, Martin, when you went?
No, I found it like a couple of weeks ago after I went.
I'm sure you would have done. Well, we got. I saw you and heard you probably more than the people you were supposed to be with. Oh, there we go. If the plot thickens.
And Eddie wouldn't even know it.
He wouldn't know. Mind you, he'd probably been distracted by something at the time anyway, so he's wandering off. And
if you saw someone with big guns there, Eddie, you know that's me, Chicken.
Now, here's something that'll keep us warm on these cold winter nights. Allah's broken down on the motorway on the way home and there's no breakdown cover.
Good.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Shit.
It's all those
or something.
He should have breakdown cover.
He should have breakdown cover. It's simple as that. It's all that money you spend on Xbox 360 games. You know, if you put, all the money, all those horse games he's bought, he could have put some of his awesome breakdown cover. Oh dear. I hope he's listening anyway.
Maybe he could have done with a real horse.
He's what?
Could have done with a real horse. That would have got him home.
Yeah.
I only noticed the games. Yeah, that's it. So on the whole, Pete, a worthwhile trip then.
Yeah, it was a really good time. It was. I mean, it seemed to fly by. It really did. But it was a really good time, and it was just really good to see everybody and just having a pint with everybody in the bar afterwards. Really enjoyed myself. I'm glad I made it because I almost didn't.
Right. Okay. So, I mean, in terms of gaming markets, I know you went to one in London, didn't you, Martin, recently?
Yeah, a month ago.
So what was that like?
Yeah, that was good. I think it was quite busy, actually. I mean, the last one I went to was literally, I think, 2 months before this whole thing started. And it was, like, very similar in terms of, like, how busy it was to that. But from what I have seen of Doncaster, I think the place itself is smaller, so it might seem more compact. But I know this time we had a queue outside the door, which I'd never seen before. In terms of the stalls, there's a fair few there, but it didn't look like anything compared to that map I saw as well for Doncaster. And I think some of the stalls you mentioned, I didn't see there either. I think Sore Thumbs might have been that you mentioned.
Yeah.
But not any of the other ones. I mean, there's quite a lot of stuff there, but I found it really hard to get to the tables. I mean,
yeah, it really is. I found a lot of the time I just wasn't even bothering to look because you couldn't.
Nah.
Just push them out of the way.
With the London one,
Griffo nearly going to a fight.
Wait, Mush, get out of the way.
I'm sure he doesn't mind me saying, but Griffo nearly got into a fight, and I don't know how, but so
what?
A woman squared up to Griffo and pushed him. And then her husband stepped in, and we don't know why. No one knows why. But
what on earth?
Yeah, it's just welcome to Doncaster, I think. But I think he had a rucksack on, so he might have just knocked her or something without knowing. But yeah, we nearly had actual combat.
That would have been interesting. He should have been all right at that with those role-playing games he goes on, you know, turn-based attacks and all that. Would be absolutely fine, wouldn't it?
Real life isn't turn-based, though.
Probably got
I know.
potions.
I keep telling people that. You know, it's a real fight. You know, you don't hit somebody and then wait for them to hit you back. You know, it's slightly different, isn't it? You know.
We have a disaster.
Have you been to any gaming markets, James? Just out of interest.
You know what? Before I sort of met you guys, and I didn't even know they existed.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, it shows you how much I know about gaming. There.
I say you probably live somewhere which is reasonably close to at least one, and now you sort of live in the middle of nowhere, don't you? So I mean, it's going to be
a
bit tricky
I
to
wasn't
get
too
to.
far from like Steve Cooper's World.
Yeah. Oh right, okay. Because that would.
I do hope I can play in at least one of them next year.
Mm. Yeah, they are good to go to. I mean, if you do find that I've been to the Birmingham one twice now. They've done 2 of those, and this year they got the venue right compared to the first time. It was a really dingy little venue, and this one was much better. So hopefully it'll get bigger and better after that. And I think we had this COVID bollocks. We'd probably just had more and more of these up and down the country, and it had been a thriving business now. It really would have been. But they're trying to stick them all over. I think the Norwich one got cancelled earlier this year. I think that was meant to be May time, and then because there was an increase in COVID cases, they cancelled that one. I think Nottingham went ahead. Birmingham's been on, and was it Manchester possibly has been on as well, and then obviously got Doncaster. So hopefully next year and London will get more of a full slate of events to go to.
The other thing I found was London, like Comic-Con. When I go, there seems to be like quite a few of the game stores there. In fact, some of the ones who go to the markets. So the one who does Alan, who does the Japanese games, Press Start, I think Saw Farms have been there. I see them all there with the games. But this time, like, they seem to sell all the games, but they sell even more of the plushies, etc., which fits in more with Comic-Con. But it's like, see them there, then 2 weeks later, see them at the London Market, for example, this time round.
I know Vintage Gamer that they got invited to go to the Welsh Comic Con, which was for some reason held in Telford, which is close to Wales, but you know, not massively close to Wales. But they were offered such a good deal because I wanted them to go, and I was speaking to Nick down there about it, and he said, they just wanted us there, so he went along, and hopefully he did well on that one. So, but they do try and mix it up a little bit, which is good. Dylan's here. Super Nintendo is here as well. Good to see you in. Gurney's here as well. Rob, good evening to you, my friend. Hope everything's well. Yeah, Dylan says, shocked you never said hello today to me at Feed Me Chicken. He didn't say hello to anybody. He just pretending to be, anonymous, I'm guessing. And his chicken mask or anything like that. So, so I'm sure there's going to be an influx of Doncaster videos over the next few days or so.
It's always a good time. It's always a good time after Doncaster. There's some good videos come out.
Yeah. So if you have been, put a video out, and we'll check them out now. Also going on at the same time, we started yesterday, which is the reason we've got our 2 guests on tonight as well. Is the 12 Streams of Christmas, which is the brainchild of the man to my sort of bottom right, really. James, do fill us in for those people who aren't aware what's going on with this 12 Streams of Christmas. Do have an opportunity now to stand up and tell everybody a little about it.
Do I have to actually stand up?
No, that's just a figure of speech.
I'm too lazy for that. So basically, the 12 Streams of Christmas is basically 12 streams on different subjects of Christmas. So we've got, yesterday was favourite Christmas presents. The man on this stream with us all, that UK Gamer Martin, is tomorrow, so make sure you check that out. He will be doing favourite Christmas games. And, it doesn't have to be like a computer game. It could be like board games, just something that you enjoy doing with your family in the festive period. And, a bunch of other streams. To end it all, we've got Big Hour Game. If he returns home, of course. Being stuck on the motorway. Big Christmas bash, which should be a lot of fun. Hopefully he'll have everyone appear on the stream. And who knows how long he's going to stream for you. I mean, he could do it all night, probably.
It was 7 hours last year, wasn't it? It started about 6 o'clock in the evening and finished sometime after 1 o'clock, I think it was.
Something like that. Yeah, so who knows? We got the Secret Santa, which I will be hosting, which will be a lot of fun. Managed to get 18 other tubers involved in that, so that should be...
That's reminding me.
To see what presents you've all got each other.
Yeah, that's reminding me.
I can't even remember all the other streams. There's a bunch of them. Favorite Christmas songs.
There is quite a few on Nate says well, Game Shack. I think Northern's doing one on films.
Films. I've got to thank him again for being such a star. Doing that teaser the other day when I've not had power and hot water, and it's been quite difficult, but he managed to pull through for me, so cheers for that, Paul.
And kudos for a very good impression of you.
He done it better than me, which was quite annoying.
We weren't quite convinced it was you, to be honest with you. We thought it was he's better.
I just grew a big bushy beard for that.
I mean, just so Northern's doing one on film. I think Cooper's Will's doing food and drink. Corbana's doing a Christmas quiz. I'm doing Christmas film and Christmas television on a Christmas. Yeah, it's good. Glad you remember what I'm doing. I'm going to Christmas television. Which one are you doing, James? I know you're doing the Secret Santa. But you're also doing another couple.
Favorite Christmas songs, which is coming on the 7th. And there's another one I'm doing.
What?
Now, I think.
Was it Worst
Christmas? Worst Christmas, that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, I've organised this, I don't even know what I'm doing.
But yeah, there's quite a few. So it started on Metro 48K's channel last night. There was discussion about first Christmas memories. And again, although it's based on YouTube and YouTubers doing gaming, it's not basically about gaming. It can be, I mean, obviously I'm doing television, so it's got nothing to do with games whatsoever. Martin, you're doing yours tomorrow night, which is your favourite Christmas game. Now, again, doesn't have to be about gaming. And I know you mentioned that in your brief preview last night. So yeah. Now you got your trucker hat on, Martin. Just tell us a bit more about what you're doing tomorrow night.
Okay, so as I said, I'm doing favourite Christmas games, and I'm actually going to try and break it up into 2 bits, although one will be much bigger than the other. So one is I'm going to try and get a little bit in about Christmas games specifically. So, for example, I got one on the PlayStation recently, which looks at least half a Christmas game, although I don't expect there to be much. Personally, I don't know of many games, but it'll be a cool, fun thing to have in it. But the vast majority is going to be basically games you play at Christmas, whether it be video games, board games, charades, however you say it. To see like what people enjoy doing, why, if they have any special memories about playing a specific game, and then just going from there, really. I'm going for about 8:30 start. That's the plan, because thankfully I'm off this week.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So helped with today. And hopefully by the time I do it, there'll be a bit of decoration up around here because I'm going shopping tomorrow. So
cool.
Just make sure you've got beer.
Are you planning on having guests on the stream, or are you just going to be talking and having the chat open? And
if I can get guests, I will. I know you said you might pop on, James, didn't you?
Yes, mate.
Yeah. So what I'll probably end up doing is sharing the link and that, and then if people want to join, they can. And just go from there, really. Or if anyone wants to join, just let me know, even beforehand. But it's definitely open. It'd be cool to have people on.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. So if you are about tomorrow night, you're not doing anything special, it's Monday night. There's a lot going on, is there, really? I know it's busy time of year for people, but Martin's doing that stream tomorrow night on his channel. Go across his favourite Christmas game. Again, it doesn't have to be computer games, board games, party games, whatever. If you've got an interest in that, go across tomorrow night. And if you want to be on the stream, get in touch with Martin or pop along, and I'm pretty sure we can you can post a link in the chat if you need to or something like that anyway, or someone can do that for you if it needs to be done. So that's absolutely fine. Just going through some of the comments here. Nate says, Die Hard and Lethal Weapon are the only Christmas movies you need. Oh, here we go.
and Batman Returns.
And I've never seen any of them.
You not seen Batman Returns? Leave the
like Lethal
screen.
Weapon or Die Hard. I've never bothered. I've never been interested in it.
You need to watch Die Hard. Die Hard and Die Hard 2. That's your homework.
Nath Retro's here. Good to see you got a home, Nath. Okay, from your journey today. Sex games, Martin. I don't know if that's a request or not. I don't know.
As well.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what sort of games he plays at Christmas, but
Obviously, he's big into his sex games at Christmas, isn't he?
that's to be his stream. That's why he's called it Frisbee at Christmas.
Naked Twister. Yeah, Naked Twister.
Who knows what
Naked
that's
Twister.
going to be like for Sarby at Christmas? I forgot about that one.
Sarby at Christmas. Yes, that's
who knows what's going to come up in the conversation with that. I'm looking forward to that. It should be unique.
It should be good, and of course they're dotted right across the whole Christmas period as well. So it culminates with that the final 2 days, because obviously I think there's the Retro Bates gaming quiz special, which is his big one of the year. He's got a special guest lined up for that, which is I think he's on the 22nd, which is the Wednesday. You're doing the Secret Santa on the Thursday, aren't you, James? So
I am, yes.
We do that the Thursday. Then on the Friday, which is Christmas Eve, is Al's big extravaganza. So it's a real push that final week to
it's just a good build up to the big day where us men can be big babies and play with our toys.
That's it. It's exactly what you said, wasn't it? Yeah. Raz is here. Good evening, Raz. Hope you're well. So there's quite a lot of stuff going on. Right, so I mean, we sort of hit what we wanted to do. So if anybody out there has got any questions they want to ask the panel, now is the time to speak, because I'll go with this one, which was posted quite some time ago by the Fingering Blaster Master, which was asking us the question, what's the one console you never asked Santa for you wish you had? What's the one console you wish you had Santa for you wish you had? So we'll start with that one. And if anybody's got any follow-up questions or anything like that you want to post in the chat, we'll try and get through some as we go through the rest of the show this evening. So, Pete, start us off.
Well, for me, I think I talked about it before, but it's the Atari Jaguar. Because I wanted a Sega Saturn, and my mum taught me into. I think I talked about it last time actually. My mum taught me into getting a PlayStation because all my friends had PlayStations. But then, just before she bought it, she'd seen an Atari Jaguar for cheap. Because it was so cheap, she decided to try and talk me into that as well. But by that point, I just wanted a PlayStation. But thinking back, I wish I'd got the Jaguar just because of how the value of it now compared to the PS1. That's about it.
Martin.
I think all the consoles I've wanted, I've actually got, but I never asked for something like a Dreamcast when I was younger. So, although I've got one now, I would have loved to have asked for one, say, like 2000 to like about my 12th, 8th, 13th Christmas time, and got one back then rather than only getting one like 4 or 5 years ago. I remember seeing them in Index, I think, this for like 50 quid.
That's right.
And it's like, couldn't get one then, but I wish I'd asked for one earlier.
Index, that's going back a bit, isn't it? That was like Argos wanted Index.
Yeah, I actually went to London, I think it was a couple of years ago, and in Romford, there's like a massive market, and above on the stalls, you can actually see the Index sign still.
Really?
And I was taken aback, and it was, wow, I didn't know they were still there.
James, what about you?
I used to love watching when the Neo Geo was on Games World. Graphics on that just looked so fucking amazing. But I realised that the price of them was really high. I think they were about £650, £700 when they came out. So yeah, that's one console I really wished I asked for a Christmas present, but I knew it was way out of that price range that my dad was probably willing to pay for. But yeah, Neo Geo, what a wonderful console.
Yeah, I've never owned one. I mean, it's
one of those, it still keeps its price now, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. I was thinking about that the other day about other things as well, which have held up, like GameCube games.
Yeah.
No, I think I've discussed it before. So there's no cheap GameCube games at all anywhere. Even now, we're talking 20 years since it came out, and even the cheap ones are like £3 to £5. There's no budget titles. There's no, when you got the PlayStation 2, there's no 50p or £1 games.
Or
None of
if
those exist.
They're rubbish.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you're looking to find them, I mean, I think the cheapest ones on GameCube probably is in a couple of £3 now. So
I think I found Starsky and Hutch, but that was in a charity shop for like 50p. But I would say generally they're cheap. They're like, if they are cheap, they're like not very great. Well, they're not cheap. I mean,
if you go to see
was that,
oh yeah,
like, which I've been after for a while. I found it at CX for £3, and that was only like day I went to the London Market last month. So even if it's £3, which isn't like 50p a pound, I think, to be fair, actually that's pretty decent for that price.
I think so. Well, that's where they start. That's a starting point for them, really. I mean, if you find them in charity shop 50p or whatever, then you've done pretty well, because they don't end up. They don't know all that often. I mean, for me, the console that I never asked Santa for was the Super Nintendo, because all my mates had one at the time. I wish I'd. I'm pretty sure I was hankering after one at the time, but it never actually happened. Instead, I got a suitcase, which is amazingly useful. That's true story. This package arrived, this present arrived for one of my relatives for me, and it was sort of box shaped, and I thought, oh great, that looks like a Super Nintendo. And I opened it up, it was a bloody suitcase.
Oh, I bet you were so disappointed.
I was absolutely gutted.
Well, guys, I'm just going to interject. I'm just need to nip off a second. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, mate, no worries. Yep.
I just thought you were doing a hiding spot.
I could have used that for the worst Christmas.
I told it last year on Danester's Royal Rumble stream.
Oh,
That's it, and nobody said anything then. So I was like, yeah, it's one of those great stories. I thought, it should have been the perfect Christmas present, but it wasn't. Just ended up being a suitcase, which was completely useless. Bought me a briefcase or something. That'll just start other conversations about that. What have we got? A question here
He's home. Well done, Al.
Oh, he's there. James, do you give the birds a Christmas dinner?
I do give the birds a Christmas dinner.
What do you give them?
Most of it. I mean, if it's a chicken, I'll just scrape the gravy off and give them chicken. They do love a bit of chicken, my parrots.
So you feed chickens your parrots?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So they're almost cannibal.
I mean, that's why I was surprised when Feed Me Chicken challenged me, because I feed chickens to parrots.
I didn't realise they eat chicken. As Martin said, that's like cannibalising.
It's good protein for their feathers. It keeps their feathers nice and clean and that. So yeah, but yeah, they shouldn't have too much of it. Just a small amount.
As you said, Big Game Al's back home. Hope he must have made it home safely, I'm guessing, or he's talking to us from his
M1.
car. Yeah, the M1. Surely the birds are the Christmas dinner. Well, yeah, I agree with that.
That's an awful thing to say.
Even I didn't think this low. Isn't that a paradox?
Oh
man. He's had a long day. He's had a long drive. Don't worry about it. He's a bit, a bit strangely.
You got that sort of one from me. You text me whenever I've done one of them.
No, you are right. Ali's joining us live from the M1. He's not home yet, so keep
some breakdown cover out.
Yeah, the moral of the story is Al, get some breakdown cover. Stop buying the green boxes and horse games. I'm sure the money spent on that Beer 52 advent calendar could have easily gone towards paying for some breakdown cover. But either good seeing Pete today, so there we go.
Oh, it was just good seeing Pete. No, it was good. So. It was good to see Al. It was good to see everybody. He just had a really nice day today. It was great.
Question here from Nate to Al. Did Donny purchase cost you the most, or the AA subscription? Oh, he's not going to be able to live this one down for a little bit, I'm afraid. But there we go. Just if you've just joined us, we're just having a general bit of a chinwag this evening. If you've got any questions you want to ask the four of us, myself, Pete Fighter, That UK Gamer, and Game Zone Bird Room, please post them in the comments and give us something to talk about. That would be nice. The AA, there we go. Al Anonymous, I think, has been come after that one. I'll throw one out to you. Are you expecting anything gaming wise for Christmas, chaps? While we're here, James, we'll start with you. Have anybody got an inkling for getting you a gaming present this year?
Yeah, there's a couple of games I've asked for. I mean, my mother-in-law, I know, has bought me a PlayStation 4 joypad because I need a new one of them, which I've already had.
Oh, it's an early one then. Yeah.
Yeah, which is a bit naughty, but you know, I needed to play Shenmue, so I needed a joypad.
Martin, anything for yourself?
My sister's got me Metroid Dread because I wasn't going to get from Mazda, but they sold out, so Metroid gave me that for Christmas. We've actually got sort of like Secret Santa thing going on with my family. My sister got me, so I got her to get me that. And also, I'm just going to get a bit of money, so I know I'm going to buy something gaming-wise, but just not sure what yet. But definitely got Metroid
So I'll
Dread
be back in a second, guys.
Okay, yep, no worries. I've asked for some box protectors for my loose cartridges because I keep meaning to put them in there and also get them all tidied up, really. So I've got quite a few loose ones now, so I know I've asked for that, but I'm asking specifically. Pete, you asked for anything at all? Or?
Well, I accidentally worked out what my wife's getting me for Christmas.
You worked out?
So I'm getting the if you remember last time I talked about, I showed off that N64 controller that I got, the modern one. I'm getting the Dreamcast equivalent of that. I can't remember what they call them, but it's like a sort of do-it-yourself like kit to build a joystick for the Amiga.
Oh, very nice.
Mini Monster, I think they're called. There's no soldering or anything. It's just putting things together, and it creates like a little 2-button arcade stick for the Amiga. And it also works on stuff like the Master System and things like that as well, which is nice. And then I'm also getting Resident Evil Village. Is that the 8th one? And Alan Wake Remastered, both on the PS5. Which is funny, seeing as my wife doesn't like the scary games, so God knows when I'm going to be able to play those. But yeah, that's what she's got me.
All right, okay. I'm just trying to work out what that actually is on James's screen now.
It's underneath side of a bed, I think, or a chair.
Yeah, that's weird.
It looks a bit like a face.
On the bed. Sorry, guys, I'm picking up dog shit.
Well, yeah, they said opening boxes on the internet wouldn't work. So he's picking up dog shit live on the tNb gaming.
Niche market there.
You never say it's boring when I'm on stream.
We've got a question.
New meaning to pickups, though, isn't it?
Yeah, pickups. Live pickups, yeah. Pick up this brown package from the floor. Question from Feed Me Chicken. What's the game value no limit would you like to get and why? That's a good question.
Yeah.
I have absolutely... I don't know. I see, it's... I've enough trouble feeling bad enough spending money on what I have been doing recently. So, I mean, the way I do my game collecting is that I don't have a target in mind. I don't have a short list of stuff I really want. Usually, I tend to sort of shop around for the best bargain. So when I picked those expensive Wii games, like the ones that got sealed and boxed and what have you, that was very much an impulse purchase because I wouldn't usually buy anything like that. And believe me, I had to sort of stand there for 5 minutes, really giving it a good consideration before I did. So I don't go with that, and it's one of those I wouldn't feel comfortable spending a couple £100 on a game just to have it. I'm not sure how you would feel about that, Martin.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I mean, there's one game I want to get for my collection, so I think I'd like to get that. And that would be Sonic Adventure 2, but the Dreamcast one specifically. Because I've had the GameCube one basically since the GameCube came out. I've got it like on Japanese on the Dreamcast, but I want to be able to play it on the Dreamcast itself. And it's now going for about 50 quid, I think. I nearly actually got one, but then it turned out that the retro shop by me, he'd agreed to it to someone else before I'd messaged him and he'd forgot. So I was like close to getting it. but I've been after that for quite a while. It's not as expensive as some, but it's one that's got a bit more value, one that I'd really want to get. So I'd probably go with that.
Okay. While James still scraping jokes, you took Pete. Have you got any?
I don't know really. It'd have to be an arcade machine.
Oh, good choice.
So there's something a really good gun game, something like one of the House of the Dead games or something, or either that or something like really classic like Time Pilot.
I know that's a favourite of yours.
Yeah, I really don't know. I don't really hold much stock in the value of games. I tend to buy them if I think they're worth the money that I see them for. So I don't really strive to get any expensive ones. I've got Castlevania, because that's like the sort of go-to one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the Game Shack's put that in there. It would be Castlevania Symphony Night for him.
I've had that since it was really cheap. So
yeah, you got lucky with that one, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't really know, honestly. Yeah, it'd be an arcade machine. It'd be some kind of gun game, probably. There was one that we used to have in the bowling alley near where I live now, and it's I don't know what the hell the game was, but I remember you were in the back of it. It was a gun game. You were in the back of a Jeep, and there were like UFOs and stuff flying around and aliens shooting at you, and the guns that you had were big sort of assault rifles like that, and they'd have like so much recoil on it, it'd just take your arm off. And it'd be cool to have something like that.
Yeah. They gave away a home arcade on Blankety Blank last night. Everybody saw that one.
I saw that with the PS5, and that was it. Is that the same bit?
I don't know. I was slightly distracted by Jeanette Marana on it, whatever her name is, sort of showing it off. But yeah, that was weird. They don't have great prize on Blankety Blank, but it was good to see that. A couple of people just come in before we come back to that question. Where are we? Chris Retro 48K, you just mentioned your stream you did last night, so I'm glad that went well, mate. That was good. David Retro Games Played Badly is also here as well.
The legend.
Who made it to Donny. The podcast starts at 8. If you've been here at 8 o'clock, you'd have found out. Lots of people. We'll try and give you the edited highlights if we can. James, just what as you come back from dog duty.
Yeah, I do apologise for that.
That's all right. That's okay. It's no problem. These things happen. What in response to Fema Chicky's question? What's the game in brackets value no limit would you like to get and why?
Oh, probably Panzer Dragoon Saga. Not because I don't think it's a particularly good game. I'm not really into them type of games, but due to the fact just the value of it nowadays. I mean, it's about 600 quid.
600 quid?
Yeah, it's about 600 quid now, yeah. And I would love the power version of Deep Fear for the Sega Saturn. I've got the Japanese version, but I would love the power version because that's about 350, 400 quid now.
Yeah. If we use the term 600 quid, that's about 2 years worth of roadside breakdown cover, I would have thought.
You're probably right there, yeah.
We're measuring game values in roadside cover just so they don't break down on the way home from an event.
We need
today.
a counter to see how many times we take the mick out of Al for it.
We should have a whip round from you. Like, I know there's been a lot of people sort of contributing to GIS. I know Tommy got one on the stream last night. Chris did from some YouTubers, and obviously I'd one earlier this year. So we bought chipping, a tenner for big game. I'll get some breakdown cover. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Or a train home.
Or he works on the trains. He probably gets free train rides where he wants. Really. Let's have a look. Is this the new Fall Guys lineup? Yeah, I don't know. We need to do that again, Al, before Christmas. Question from Nate: is there anything non-gaming you guys want for Christmas? In brackets, not beer.
Socks.
Yeah, socks is a good shout. I always want socks for Christmas.
Well, because my little dog, my new little dog, he is ripping to pieces all my socks, and so does Dexter, my parrot. They both got a sock fetish, dirty little bastards. So I'm in desperate need of some socks. So if I can get socks for Christmas, I'll be bloody happy.
I had socks last year, so I still got them. I can't think of anything. Honestly, every year they get the same question: "What do you want for Christmas?" Like, I don't know.
Amazon vouchers. That's all I asked for.
Yeah, it's a cop out at the end of the day, but I always say that if anybody was asking, just get me some vouchers or just send me some money, and I'll spend it my way.
I've
I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say I've laid out a specific instruction this year to not get me drink because the vast majority of that is from last year.
You've even left it in the cabinet. You left it in the tin stand from last year.
No, that's for this year. It's a little nativity scene for booze. A little baby cracking in the middle.
Martin, anything specific?
I used to ask for the Man United shirt, but I've been buying it like on release myself lately, the last couple of years. So that's got the winner. Although I do like the away shirt, and actually like the away and the third shirt this year, which I don't have yet.
Is that the blue one?
The white and the blue and the yellow ones. I like both of them this year. So maybe them.
James Masubi agrees with me about buying games. It's not so much the specific titles, it's more the cheap ones, really. Who made it, Donny? Yeah, we've covered that one. Chris said he would have brought Sega Rally Cab or the Killer Instinct one. That's an interesting one. Phoebe Chicken is going to leave us with a question. Sorry, that's about 5 minutes ago. Any gaming New Year resolutions? Well, those people know me when I say exactly the same thing every year. Play more games. It never happens. That's my resolution. Once again, play more games, but this year with a coda, actually flipping do it.
I actually finish games this time. I play them, stop, and I never finish them. So many times I've done that.
Mine's to stop buying them because I've been spending so much lately, and I need to stop spending. I've got, it's like because I'm stupidly obsessed with these mini consoles. I've got like the Taito and the Amiga one both out in March, and after that, nothing, no more for the rest of the year.
I've got the Amiga one on order. Looking forward to that because I had the 500.
Really
so
is that January? It's coming out.
March.
It was February, I think, and it's put back. Although when I checked Amazon literally today, one part of Amazon said about the 2nd or 3rd of April, and one said the 31st of March. So just round there somewhere, I'm guessing.
It's somewhere towards the end of March. I think it's about 4 or 5 days after my birthday, and I'm getting it for my birthday. So it's somewhere around
James?
there.
I'm just trying to carry on completing my little list of games that I want to get, basically, which I think is around about 300 titles.
Well, so you've got a busy year ahead of yourself then.
Yeah.
6 a week.
6 a week, yeah.
I made a good dent this year, so I will carry on. I'm saying I'm not going for any full sets or anything. They're just games that I like and I want to play again, basically.
That's it. Clay Graphics is here. Good to see you, Clay. Davey was good not to make it. He's stuck at work at Doncaster. Feed Me Chicken having to leave us, but we hope we've answered your question for you and listen to this back. The question from the Game Shack: what is a forgotten game franchise that you would like to see return? My answer to that would have been Metroid a few months back, but obviously they've made a new one now, haven't they? So,
and they're making Prime 4. So
they what? Sorry,
they're making Prime 4 as well.
Yeah, because that was there wasn't obviously one on there was the one on the Wii, but there's been nothing after it. And that was obviously late 2000 when that came out. That was that sort of sprung to mind that I can think of.
I'd like to see Wave Race.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Wave Race.
Or F-Zero.
F-Zero.
Yeah. That is one I would like to see return because we haven't had one of those.
F-Zero. They're both the GameCube, actually, I think.
Yeah,
I would love to see a new Virtual Fighter. Because they haven't done one of them for ages.
It was the PS3, wasn't it, the last one?
Yeah, which was 5, was it? Was it number 5?
Yeah, they did. Actually, they re-released it as well, I think, on the PS4 as well. But I'm not sure. For me, it's Legacy of Kain. It's always going to be Legacy of Kain. Need a new Legacy of Kain game. But also Silent Hill, but they are I think they're actually finally making the Silent Hill game that they were supposed to be making years ago. I think it's finally got the go-ahead, and Kojima and Konami have actually made up and they're friends again, and it's all going to be great. It's going to be brilliant.
I'll tell you one I'm looking forward to coming back is the James Bond games, because they're making the Origin one or whatever it is. Because we haven't had one of them, I think, since pretty much Quantum or something.
It was it Legends? Was Legends the last one?
Legends might have been the last one, and I think that's back when it was the 360 time. So
Yeah, it was played.
Skyfall came out, so nearly 10 years.
Has it been as long as that?
Well, I know the Skyfall things tie in with it. If that is the last one they did, so that came out in 12 for the 50th anniversary. So
cripes, I didn't realize it was been
it
long
must
as
be
that.
10 years without a Bond game.
It's nearly how long it took the last Bond film to come out, wasn't it?
That was, 6 years, I think. I think that's out on DVD soon as well, a couple of weeks.
I heard they actually had to digitally alter things like phones and watches in that film because they were so far out of date. It's crazy.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Going by stupid people panic buying Ridge Racer 6 on the 360. That's become backwards compatible, hasn't it? I watched a video of that today. Some really annoying commentator on it. I only watched it for about 5 minutes, and I went on to punch the screen at the end of it. It was absolutely annoying beyond belief. It's a shame, but yeah, because it's gone backwards compatible, then the price has shot up overnight. Really, £400 for Saga, Panzer Dragoon Saga, James.
Oh,
No, sounds like a couple hundred quid.
I still wouldn't pay that.
Just chump change, isn't it?
Sounds like a snip to me. That
I think I saw that at London actually. I think it was about 400 thinking about it, so it might be the same store.
there we go. Yeah, Dylan says because backward compatibility list. Al found it today for a tenner. That's a bit of investment, that one.
Yeah,
I think at the moment.
I saw that backward compatibility list, and I saw there's a few games. I think was there Star Wars games, but I know Dead or Alive was on there, so I'm quite happy with that because I like my Dead or Alive fighting like Ultimate and 4 and that. So
I didn't realise there was so much that wasn't on the backwards compatibility list nowadays. I thought near enough everything was.
But then it's like one thing with that Indiana Jones game. Was it Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb? I think when that went backwards compatibility, that one being from a £1 game on the original Xbox to 15 quid overnight. Couldn't believe it. I was like, what? You know, they just have a propensity to just push these things to the roof. It's a strange title to put on there as well, because I wouldn't have thought that'd be one you select for it, but it did. So
It's one of the greatest games ever made.
It's what?
It's one of the greatest games ever made. That is.
Is it? I've never played it.
No, I don't know. I'm not playing
I've never even heard of it.
I just talk
It's
bullshit.
actually it's supposed to be like the Buffy games, actually, and if it is like the Buffy games, it will be really good.
I'll have to whiz that round and give that a go. David wants games and beer for Christmas. What else do you need?
Chicken.
Oh, I can't argue with that. Chicken. Yeah, chicken.
Yeah.
Turkey. I want a copy of Hades on the Switch. Says Rock and Roller. I don't know about that one. I think as blokes we are notorious to buy for as we cannot be asked.
I've always got a list. I've always got a list.
Surely you don't want the Insignia body spray and lotion set. That's
I got the Marmite one last Christmas.
Which one?
The Marmite body spray and shower gel set. I think I offered it. I showed it when I was on Swap Shop and went, I've got some Marmite shower gel.
I remember that. Whose idea was that?
I think my sister got me it because I like Marmite, so she bought me it.
Yeah, but you like Marmite that much to slather yourself in it? I don't want to know. What does Amanda think?
You either love it or hate it, didn't you?
Ironically, might hate Marmite and love the smell of the spray.
Mind it'll smell better than Insignia. I remember Insignia, so yeah.
That's up there with like socks. I were on about socks earlier. I love getting socks for Christmas. I love getting those crappy little Lynx sets because it just means I don't have to buy any for ages.
Cheap pound one.
Tusk. The smell of elephants, no?
It's made of
yeah, it
real
does have an
elephants.
elephant on the can, to be fair.
Oh, well, okay, yeah.
Lovely.
That's in bad taste, isn't it, really?
Yeah, although the smell is called blue.
Yeah, made from ground up elephant tusk. Ian for the Poltergeist is here. Retro 40 case of Man United shirt. In the roof retro Man United.
Start something here.
Can of Brute 33.
Oh, you love Brute.
Yeah.
Smell of the 70s.
Chris's resolution is what I'm.
Give me a sniff. Oh,
Oh dear, can smell it from here.
Yeah.
Chris's resolution.
Come on, it's been 10 days.
Whoever's got James for Secret Santa, she said deodorant.
That's it. Yeah. Actually, I'm not part of Secret Santa. I've organised it.
Well,
but
maybe
I
we
do
can
know.
all like chip
I
in
do.
and buy you one.
Chris's resolution is he's stealing one from Mark, saying he's only buying a game when he finishes one. I'd not buy any if that was the case, because I just don't finish them. But I don't play games to finish. I play to enjoy them, and I know it's finishing's a thing. I know people like. I know Pete, you did the game, 52 game challenge, don't you? I think.
Yeah, I've kind of snatched defeat from the jaws of victory with that one though. After playing Horizon for the last 3 weeks, I need to really up my game a bit. I thought that's a super sexy. Then we're gonna say thanks, Dave.
I think you mistook me and you. I'm the successful one.
Yeah, Dylan agrees we could do with sticking to that, Chris, but it wouldn't last. Yeah, I can see that where it's coming from. A question from Cozzy Steve 1. When is it your next gaming outing? Have you tried Blackpool? A couple down there. So when are you going on your next gaming hunt? I probably now, in all fairness, probably won't go out until after Christmas. I'm just given the fact it's now 3 weeks till Christmas anyway. I've still got a shed load to do before I get to that point. I haven't been out since about 3 weeks now. So I don't think I should make any special trips out anywhere before then. But I don't know. I may have to sort of reassess how I do my game hunting in the new year. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how whether I'm going to go down the same route I've been doing before, or just go out maybe once a month or something like that. I don't know.
I'm going this week. Don't know what day yet, but I haven't checked the charity shops around by me for a while. There's a couple of game shops near me, so I'm going to take a chance while I'm off. Just not entirely sure what or when yet.
I just don't have time for a long time now. But to be honest, the charity shops around me are dog shit. And I've been in CX that many times. There's not really anything that I want now. So I don't really know what's going to happen in regards to pickups and hunting.
And I'm miles away from civilization. So there's no point of me going anywhere.
You start now, you might get there next week.
Especially if I was driving you.
Yeah.
How far are you away from the nearest big sized town, James?
Inverness is my closest, which is 23 miles.
Oh, I mean, that's a journey and a half, isn't it? That's a day out, that. I didn't much. I've been trying to read. Nate asks, what else is there? No, an answer. You can't answer a question with a question. The correct answer is Dizzy Games.
What?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't own any Dizzy games.
Oh no! Do you mean games to come back? Like you're saying, there's no answer. The only game to come back is Dizzy Games.
I'm about 10 minutes behind at the moment. David Burton responded saying the answer to everything is beer.
That's because
that makes it easy, doesn't it?
Where are we going here? How many games are you off the full set now? Probably somewhere in the region of about 600, Al. Or I don't know. I haven't done a proper count for ages, but I'm probably.
Too far to go, then.
Well, yes, it's like you and your 300 games that you want on your list, isn't it? You know,
just 12 a week.
That's it. I see there's like 1,350, and I'm somewhere in the upper 600s, close to 700, if not already past it. I don't know. I'll have to do a proper count up. But having moved everything around, I realised that I've probably got great holes in my game list now as to what I've actually got and what I haven't got, because there's a load of stuff I've forgotten I had, which actually some stuff that Al gave me last year, which I realised I didn't realise I'd had and forgot to put on my list. So is my Christmas tree on a vegan diet? Probably, yeah. It's a nifty little tree, that. It really is quite good. I'm very, very happy with that. It's got a stand and everything.
Beautifully decorated.
Well, it's sort of, yeah, it came with the lights. I think the whole thing was like 30 quid, including the lights. So there's like a stand on the bottom, and there's a sort of central pole that runs for the middle. And then all these bauble-shaped bits of foil on it. I say foil. But we've had it sitting in the lounge for a couple of days, so I thought, that's as good as our tree.
Yeah.
It's not bad at all. That not bad at all. I miss Samus Returns.
Yeah, Samus Returns came out 4 or 5 years ago on the 3DS. I think it's a remake of Samus Metroid 2, was it? I think.
Yeah, it was, because there was a remake of Metroid 1 on the Game Boy Advance and the normal DS. Because I decided earlier in the year I was going to start getting into Metroid when Metroid Dread dropped, because I've never really liked it. And I was looking at like the remakes and stuff, and one of them is so expensive now. I can't remember which one it is.
Zero Mission. I think I saw it the other day.
Yeah. So I didn't get into Metroid at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I sort of played a bit of Metroid before, and I was like, should really try and get back into it. So I got like these like 3-4 months ago.
Oh yeah.
Traders and stuff. They got Metroid Prime 1 and 2. So they had quite some ICX, thankfully. But
That's the other thing. Aren't they quite pricey now?
I think they were about 20 quid each, and that was September, I think.
Because I remember getting a few years back, I got Prime 1 and 2 and another game for the GameCube. Can't remember what it was, for a tenner. And yeah, I'm quite surprised how much they're worth now.
You say that. Paper Mario on the GameCube was about 100 quid last I knew.
Yeah.
My brother's got the sticker on his still from when he was at uni, which would have been about 9 years ago, and it was 18 quid. And even my partner bought it like 4 years ago for 55 quid, so it shot up, some of them GameCube games. But thankfully, they seem to stay about 20 that I know of.
I tried playing those though, and they just really, I couldn't do it. The way how they control, I just couldn't get my head around.
Yeah, they are different, but I need to properly get into them. But I used to have Echoes, so.
Even the Fault Guy says bring back Shinobi. That was point made on Swap Shop last week. I think the last Shinobi game. It was decided there was, I think, last Shinobi game was on the PlayStation 2 possibly. So that's going back quite a few years. But has there not been one since then?
I know I've said it before and I'll say it again. Shinobi can get in the bin.
I only played it like a month ago at the London one. I haven't had a chance to try it yet though. Like the original one on the Master System. So
you haven't got to like it, I suppose. Really,
I do really want it on the NES, but it needs to get in the bin.
Dino Crisis, Return of Dino Crisis would be good.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be good.
Pete and I want a new Legacy of Kain.
That's right. I'm Paul as well. Northerner.
Great game.
A quick question from Nath. Do you have any gaming-related Christmas decorations? I don't think I have. All right, that's inspired Martin to get out of his chair.
I got these last Christmas. I'm going to put them up for tomorrow.
They're great, they are.
I don't know how well it's going to show up, but on top of my tree, there's Alduin the dragon from Skyrim.
Hang on, let's bring you up. Top of your tree.
Sat right on top of the tree. It's not showing up very well.
No, it's not very well, is it? No, but
I've also got like...
Pirate.
Yeah, it's the one from the collector's edition. Alduin.
Oh, Alduin, yeah.
I've also got a little game controller and an arcade machine bauble from Paper Chase from a couple of years ago. But, to be honest, most of my Christmas tree is covered in cats and dinosaurs. And
Standard.
Sounds good.
I've got no less than 3 Triceratops ornaments on there. There's a couple of T-Rexes and stuff. But yeah.
Steve says Big Game Ali's getting himself a Lego fleshlight for Christmas. Just to keep him company on those long nights when he's broken down on the side of the motorway. What else we got here? I'm saying a Big Game. I enjoy your Big Game, especially the ones with the alcohol countdown. Oh yeah, from Cosy Steve one. So Al, if you're listening, somebody is a fan of your beer a day videos. There we go. He's commented.
You've got one, Al.
Gaming. Good evening. Clay Graphics says, what game series would you like to see make a comeback or get remade? Have we answered that one already?
Well, we said about coming back, but I don't know if we said about the remade bit.
The answer's the same though. Legacy of Kain.
I'd like to see another Ridge Racer game. I would like to see another one, or a remake of maybe the first one or something like that. I don't know. 'Cause I don't think there is one on the current generation of consoles. Or there has. Was there a PS4 version of Ridge Racer?
I don't know. The last one I remember playing was the Vita one.
I remember playing 7 on the PlayStation 3. So we talked about Ridge Racer earlier, obviously, because the value of number 6 has gone up on the Xbox 360.
There was Ridge Racer Unbounded. which was more like Burnout and stuff.
That's right. I've got that one. Danes is here as well. Glad to see you made it back from Doncaster, mate. Hope you had a good day. Made some money.
Sonic the Hedgehog game come back.
A decent Sonic game.
Yeah, one that
Sonic
really
Mania,
plays great. You know, like the original, series.
Well, they did Sonic Mania. Yeah.
Sonic
Mania
but
was
also
a really good one.
like not 3D, like 2.4, 2.5D type.
Yeah.
You know, like
Sonic Mania was like exactly the same as the Mega Drive ones. It was awesome.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that was pretty good. I prefer Generations personally, but Mania was good.
Still the Martin here. Hello, Martin.
Hello, Martin.
Not you, is it?
Yeah, I've got a secret thing at the same time.
A question for James: do you have a turkey on Christmas Day, and do your birds look at you with disgust?
No, they don't. They love chicken.
I still can't.
If I have a bit of chicken, they have a bit of chicken as well.
Wow.
Actually, I think on one of the videos that I did with Phoebe Chicken, I'm sure I fed a bit of chicken to my parrots and filmed it. So,
was that chicken or was that Feed Me Chicken you fed?
I would have loved to feed me chicken to my parrots, but no, it was just chicken. He's my favourite enemy, though.
Yeah,
I love him really.
Steve's comment there. I was like watching the F1 and watching it. I was like, please just finish before I'm due to come on. And it finished about 5 minutes before I could come on.
Well, you know why that is, don't you? They were all racing to get back to watch this. That's what it was. They knew we were on at 8 o'clock. They finished their race last time.
I used to love Formula One. It's so boring now, isn't it?
The race today was good.
Was it?
Yeah, I'm not giving anything away, but it was a good race to watch. It's the first one in Saudi Arabia, and it was interesting. It's good, yeah.
I have to try and watch the highlights.
I've actually been playing F1 2020, like on my Xbox One, getting into that. So that's a lot better than the old ones, I think. Way more controllable.
My favourite Formula One game is 2012. Thought that was brilliant.
I liked 11.
I do like that. So that's it. Nath's got to drop off, but good to see you, Nath, as well.
Yeah.
Steve says, "Would see Earthbound remade in the Link's Awakening remake art style?" Not sure about that. See, he got a reply from the Geb. She's triple jabbed. Anybody see it? Did you see it today?
I saw the Gebs today. Yeah.
Oh, was that Al's post, or was it Al? No, Steve.
No, it was Steve Cooper. Yeah.
It was Steve. Yeah.
She didn't mask up.
Everyone, Al has made it home.
Well done, Al.
Let's give him a round of applause. Well done, Al.
Another question from Clay Graphics. So, what the game of Buttes?
Thank you.
What game did everyone bang on about, but when you played it, it was shite?
Oh, don't get me started on the Olympics 2011, 2012. Do not get me started on that game.
Okay, I won't.
Trying to think.
No, you mentioned it on your Desert Island Games, didn't you?
Yeah, I was so pissed off with that game. Oh, just thinking about it makes me angry.
Well, in that case, I'm sorry, Amanda, but you know where I'm going with this. Paper Mario. I do not rate it that much at all. She loves it. My brother loves it. I'm sure loads of people love it. It came off my Desert Island game, but I can't stand it at all.
I don't know. Rise of the Robots.
Yeah, I've just noticed Sam Hain Gaming saying Rise of the Robots.
Yeah, Sam Hain Gaming, yeah.
That's what the from today.
To be fair, he did say Rise of the Robots.
Rise of the Robots.
I think it's something slightly different. That's the one, yeah. Everyone's got copies of it. Yeah, everyone hates the game, but everybody's got a copy of it.
This
I
is
think that's a quiz.
This was free. This was from Jim Corbana today. He gave it me. I don't know. I've always had a soft spot for it.
Fortnite. We haven't played Fortnite. I don't remember.
I play weekly.
But I don't. I think we just hate that one. I don't know what game I played. It was absolute rubbish when I played it. My God.
Every skateboarding game, I'm guessing.
Well, my expectations weren't high going in to start with, so
I don't really know. I can't really think of anything that I really put much stock into, and then it ended up being crap.
it seems there's Pokemon there. I mean, I know it's going to offend Martin, but I mean, when I first played the Pokemon game, I thought I really want to like this, but I just couldn't get into it. That's not getting into it. That's something completely different. I don't know. I'll have to think about that.
I didn't see that.
London 2012. Shit.
Yeah. Al's first pickup was an AA membership.
So you mean his last pickup?
Other way back in, yeah. Game everyone loves and I hate is GTA.
No.
I don't. I don't know. I'm not a huge admirer of the series, but
GTA 5 is an absolute masterpiece. I don't care what anybody says.
I play online like 2-3 times a week with my mates.
It's just so accomplished, though. There's like a fully functional tennis game in there. There's a fully functional golf game in there.
Darts.
There's obviously driving. Yeah, darts. There's obviously driving. You know, running around. It's as good a cover shooter as any game. It just merges so many of them things into one game, and it's just all there. It's like the complete package, and it's over 10 years old now. It's
and a
crazy.
huge world to explore.
Yeah.
I mean,
wonderful game.
If you do it online, you get like nightclubs you can dance in.
Yeah.
Like you get all the other legal businesses, but it's funny. You just go in the nightclub and just look ridiculous dancing. You can fly aeroplanes. It's like a flying school now or something.
Yeah.
well, that's your sort of game, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, and the
Plenty
submarine.
of ways of killing Amanda.
That's
quite when you drive the submarine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the submarine.
I used to love to see how far I could actually go before it explodes.
I've never seen this, but I've been told if you swim out to the sea far enough, you get eaten by sharks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
do.
do, yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen that. I've never tried.
There's
it.
I've done that many of times.
There's also a megalodon somewhere, apparently, like a super huge
Nice.
shark. That just pops up occasionally, but I don't know. I've never really spent much time in the water because there's not really much to do it out there. So
Oh, it's fun getting eaten by sharks. Try it.
Well, I might have to try that tonight, laughter.
And obviously get that submarine and see how far it goes before it.
Well, I've got the
Brilliant.
submarine, so I can try it.
But I love trying them little silly experiments with games. Let's see how
somebody
far
ban
the
Cooper's
submarine-
World.
What I do is I'll tell you a little story about that. So my character on there is a girl, right? And she's dressed in all this kinky underwear with the hentai girl mask, like white pink hair. All my vehicles are hot pink. And literally, this one guy was following me around. And then I got messages saying, "Hey, sexy, follow me, babe." And I was just like, I just replied to him, "No." I just turned around and shot him in the face with a rocket launcher.
You should have got money out of him. You should have done it.
Rob said there's an achievement for getting eaten by a shark in GTA 5.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'll go for it then. That's definitely gives me a reason to do it.
Didn't start
Only
at
one
5.
of the few achievements I've got for that game.
Oh, well, there you go. Didn't start at 5, put it down, then went back to it. He's not the biggest GTA fan, but they are funny
I'll
enough.
tell you what else. You get like the whole secret bases and that, don't you? Have you seen the cannon you can get? The satellite.
I've not played online at all.
Yeah, there's a you can buy a satellite with a cannon. So I was playing with my mates and I bought it. Well, and I tried to give it a try and I picked the wrong mate and I just got a notification from his screen saying you obliterated them by satellite cannon. You get an achievement for it as well. It's like costs $500,000 a time, but it's worth it. Just to blow someone up with a satellite. They don't even see it coming, they just blow up out of nowhere.
Nice.
Tamagotchi is better than Pokemon.
Yeah, I'll get that.
GTA 5 is epic. You can get sucked down by the pier by ladies of the night. Well, Martin, I'm sure you probably tried that, I'm guessing.
What do you mean?
Martin is one of the ladies.
I
Isn't
was
he?
going to say that. Except I'm not limited to just nighttime.
Anti-shark repellent spray on it. Yeah, that's the Batman movie, Batman the 1966 version of
Absolutely
the film.
classic.
Yeah, but then you can't
Ah.
get
It wasn't a
achievements, can
TV
you?
show. It was the movie.
It was the
Absolute
movie, yeah.
classic, yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely superb, that.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb. Brilliant.
I must watch that again. I got it at DVD. I must watch that again.
Somebody ban Steve.
Animal Crossing is so shite.
Get out.
No, my missus absolutely loves that game.
The new one.
Takes a bit like
doing. It's run on the Switch. She loves playing.
It says doing choirs. I think that's something
amazing.
completely different. Eh?
I think it means chores.
Yeah. Be busy doing choirs. A lot of people. Depends on the size of the choir, really.
Well, you can get groups of characters singing on there.
Yeah. If you set up instruments in the square, then you'll get loads of them playing like in a band as well. It's great.
Exactly.
Another question. Plays 1-0 tonight. He's been thinking of these all week. A video game person you would be friends with, a person you would marry, and a person you would bang.
Like characters.
Well, I'm guessing so.
Or tubers is he talking about?
Well, let's keep it to game characters. That's slightly less weird.
Well, I would bang.
Only just.
I would bang this character in Grand Theft Auto that I was falling about for ages, but she just turned around and shot me with a rocket launcher.
I'll just go with my character. Sorry.
Chun-Li was my first love. I'll fully admit that Chun-Li was my first love. So yeah, probably the answer to all three would be Chun-Li.
Can you give an answer to this question? The person you'd be friends with, the person you would marry, the person you would bang? It has to be Jerry off Spice World. Yeah, my answer to all three. There we go. That's an easy one.
Here you go, Anything... Just for you.
That's the one. Thank you, mate. James, have you got an answer for that one?
I would say an answer, but I've got my missus right next to me, so...
Well, does she play any games?
Yeah. She might be upset.
Does she play any games?
No, she doesn't.
Your own character. All right, you're going to say you could have just said her, but...
Well, I was going to say Amanda, but then it's like, no, the actual game person. Well, okay, I'll just go me then.
A Switch Wii character, or whatever it's called. You know,
yeah,
you can make your own
me.
Apparently, we were wrong on Swap Shot last week because it was Shinobi was on the 3DS as well.
Yeah, right.
So
still shit.
I was listening to Retro Chef, so you know, there's slight bending of the truth there, possibly. I don't know. Mind you, again, if you try to think back, it's probably, you know, if we're not playing the handhelds. I mean, a lot of handheld games pass me by anyway. So, I mean, obviously, Dylan's mentioned, I think, well, 2 games tonight, Dylan's mentioned one. I think Chris mentioned the other one as well. Been on the 3DS, of course. If you're not playing the 3DS, then you're not going to realise those games have come out for it. So, that's probably a good point. There's probably loads which have come out on those handholds, which I just haven't come across at all. Unless you play them on a regular basis. I know some people love the handheld stuff, but I just can't get into them now. Just can't do them.
Surprisingly enough. You go here.
I was going to say, it's like the Switch could do handheld, but I can't. I've got to do it docked where I can. It just doesn't feel right.
My Switch is never out of the dock, but my wife's been playing Stardew at the minute, and she's been playing it like exclusively handheld. I can't do it. But to say that I'm such a huge Evercade fan, I'm really not a handheld gamer at all. I've tried. I love the PSP. I absolutely do love the PSP, but I've tried with like a DS, 3DS, the Vita, and never got into them really.
I'm purely games. I'm a pure games console man. Don't really play handhelds.
I wish I had done a bit more, probably with handhelds systems, and I tried to get it, but my eyesight's just getting so bad now. It's just impossible to do it. It's like when things like the Super Game Boy exist, I can play Game Boy games to the Super Nintendo on that. That's a useful little tool to have.
That's the thing. I love games. I love the games to the Game Boy Advance, for instance. There's some amazing games on that, but I'd rather play them on the Retro Freak on the TV than.
That's the thing. I've started doing that, but with like the Game Boy Player, so it's the same sort of thing.
Well, I've got that as well, but with the Retro Freaks HDMI, so it's just what I go to. But yeah, I'd much rather do that.
Nothing says Christmas like dinosaurs.
I think Dylan's a bit behind.
I think Russ is probably a bit behind.
That's bang up today. That one. That's not. That's just posted that. I'm spat that. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
you're
I
the
think
dinosaur expert,
Dylan's.
Pete, so
Am I?
well,
I suppose I am sat here a bit like Jeff Goldblum was in Jurassic Park after he'd been stepped on, aren't I?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
But he wasn't the dinosaur expert. He was the chaotician, wasn't he? Whatever it is.
the chaos theory bloke, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Right, so the question seems to have dried up, and I say that question pops in, doesn't it? Here we go. Question: if you were stranded on a desert island from Cuba's World, if you're stranded on a desert island with every console, which ones do you burn to keep warm, and which ones would you use to construct a raft?
Well, you don't need to sacrifice one, and that'd be the PS5 because you could get that and every other console on top of it, and still have ample room for yourself.
You need quite a few, wouldn't you, to put a raft together?
No, just one PS5. Apart from it's heavy as hell, so it'd probably sink.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? You know, to take everything out of it and just use the case.
I'd say probably in the cases of vents, so the water would just get inside them, or you just drown anyway.
You could get one of those fins off and use it as a sail.
Some sort of like wattle and daub concoction to glue the vents up with, so it wouldn't, sort of get,
Dylan's way behind.
He is, isn't he?
He's talking about Ridge Racer now.
Last Ridge Race was Ridge Racer Unbound.
And I said that.
Yeah. And I'm supposed CPC will be prime raft making material. I don't know what would you use to burn and keep warm, and which ones would you use to construct a raft with? Well, if you construct a raft with them, then technically you'd ruin them because seawater is no good for electronics, is it? So
you would have to take all the components out first, just to make the plastic casing, so it could float.
That's it. Yeah. Would you?
Dylan, what is going on with Dylan?
I don't know. It's like a time warp or something here. They did it with Sonic Mania. It's time running slowly up in Liverpool or something like that, wherever he lives.
That was ages ago.
Yeah. He'll catch up shortly.
Here we go.
There we go. Would a Woody 2600 burn well? No, because it's made of plastic.
Not real wood, is it? It's plastic.
It's
it might
not
burn well. It's probably like intoxicate you at the same time.
Yeah.
and
burn all the N64s.
Why would you want to burn that?
If you've got every console, you've got about 12 N64s, so you can just burn all them, and that'd be fine because no one would miss them.
Feed me chicken would. He loves his N64.
Oh yeah, same there.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I've got like 3 shelves of them there.
That's why you can burn them, mate, to keep yourself warm.
I don't know where these questions keep coming from. He's pulled some belts out here tonight. Clay Graphics says, if you could create a game with Santa Claus the protagonist, what would be the genre, what would be the story and/or gaming mechanic?
Has anybody seen Scrooged?
Yes.
At the start, the very first scene, the Lee Majors thing.
Yes, where he's blowing up all the.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Santa Claus is not the protagonist there; it's Lee Majors, but yeah, Lee Majors with a minigun saving the North Pole. Brilliant.
Oh, that's just reminded me. I don't have this game. I think it might have been Dylan that pointed it out to me for the Switch. Perky Little Things. It's a hidden item point and click.
I saw that the other day. It was recommended to me on the internet, and I'm like, "What is this?"
It's an adult one, and there's a Christmas level, so you go like finding hidden dildos and all that. You get people banging in the background with Santa on the roof or something.
It's just hardcore porn.
Taking a turn for the worse.
Was Santa evil in Family Guy as well? Not Family Guy. Futurama.
Oh yeah,
yeah, the big robot Santa.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's not been a secret character in Mortal Kombat yet, to be honest. Everybody else has.
I made Santa for I think it's my Soul Calibur.
I was going to say Soul Calibur. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I made Santa using the custom outfit for that, and I think I based him on Yoshimitsu, so we just keep committing seppuku. Like,
He's on The Sims. He's on Sims 4 at least.
I'd create a game before the Christmas, like Grand Theft Santa.
Yeah.
But the premise is that the mafia have stolen all the Christmas presents, so he has to go around sort of like finding members of the mafia and killing them and blowing them up and getting the presents back.
A few years back, me and my friend were talking at work about making the ultimate Christmas film, and mine was the one that I came up with was called Crimbo Slice, and it was basically what you've just described, but instead of Santa Claus, it was the late great mixed martial artist Kimbo Slice in the main role. Yeah, so it was. But apart from that, it was like not the mafia, but terrorists have stolen Christmas, and Kimbo Slice is going to get it back.
Santa fighting games like Mortal Kombat, where his opponents are the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, or the fictional characters.
Ooh.
Oh, it's after 9 o'clock. Most of them are in bed. It's all right. There we go. Oh, there we go. Someone's actually agreed with me on something. That's good, Russ. I'd buy Santa GTA. Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
that could be the new DLC. They reckon it's coming in a week or so.
You see, it wouldn't be Grand Theft Slay or something. I don't know. The mafia have kidnapped the reindeer and turned him into mincemeat or something like that. I don't know.
I'd imagine something like Darksiders, where like instead of like fighting angels and stuff, you're fighting like I don't know, other fictional character, like stuff like the Easter Bunny and stuff. Yeah, be brilliant. Some kind of open world, kind of Santa Claus with a big sword.
Yeah.
Totally
man, that'd be good. That would be good.
Santa with muffins.
Oh god, damn, yeah, not a version of that one, surely.
Legendary movie with Hulk Hogan. What an actor!
Oh yeah,
yeah. You think you're on your own on that one, mate? So. But I mean, the obvious choice we do like a platform game based for our Father Christmas. They've done that before, so you just want to, this modern day and age, you want to do something a bit different, don't you? How long are we going on for? It depends how many questions you've got, Clay, because the only one who's asking us questions at the moment. Oh yes, Clay Graphics is my missus' favourite.
How long are we on for?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, well, I don't know. We usually try and finish about 10 o'clock. So it's my missus' favourite YouTuber because he drinks wine straight from the bottle.
Brilliant.
It's great.
I used to do that when they used to give us a free bottle at work, but they don't do it anymore. 23
minutes. Yeah, that's about right. Oh, he's caught up now. He's right up today. Well done, Dylan. Well done, mate. The Owls just in the Spurs have won 3-0. That's made his day better. Game Shack. What superhero deserves a game?
Ooh, let's see.
Danger Mouse.
He's got 2 or 3.
Banana Man.
Banana Man. Yeah, I'm going Banana Man as well.
It's hard to say because like most of the like big superheroes have actually already got games.
You're just a banana skin. You have to collect all the bananas to make him whole again.
Maybe they should remake Superman 64.
Oh, Superman's had enough chances. He's had enough chances for all his games. Crap.
It'd be nice to have a follow up to the Punisher game on the Xbox and PS2 because that is literally one of the best games of that generation. It's amazing.
I've never played that one.
Oh, it's so good.
I'll tell you what game I would love to see them make. I don't think they ever will. So it's Smash Bros. But instead of the characters, like they have all the different Power Rangers and Megazords, and they fight each other. That would be pretty cool.
As I said, do you not play Battle for the Grid?
Yeah, but that's more
street. It's more like Marvel vs.
Smash
Capcom
Bros. Style one or something.
Yeah,
that would be cool, especially where you actually get the Megazords fighting each other.
I would like it if they did one with every Power Ranger.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
every Power Ranger, all the Megazords, and maybe some the old main monsters that fight each other, Smash Bros. Style. That would be awesome. I think. Rather than doing Street Fighter style.
I could get on board with that.
A decent Turtles fighting game.
It's a new one coming out, isn't there?
Tournament was a terrible game.
Oh yeah, a one-on-one fight. Yeah,
one-on-one fight. Especially with all the amount of characters, especially from the 1980s '87 original series. That you know, there's so many brilliant characters in that.
Usagi Yojimbo was my favourite, and Triceraton.
Oh yeah, classic.
Yeah, that would be good actually, really good.
Paperboy risking his father Christmas throwing presents at houses. That would work. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Clay mentioned Super Ted, but didn't mention he did have a 8-bit game, and he did.
They did have an indie game on the Xbox 360 where you had like little houses and Santa dropped all the presents.
Yeah,
sounds
I didn't know that.
That was pretty. A bit like a Paperboy.
At McDonald's once. It was on the back of a West Ham shirt. Someone literally had Super Ted like as the player's name. And then one time when I was down South End somewhere, someone had an Arsenal shirt. I think they're Chewbacca for some reason as the name. And it was like, what? He was quite hairy as well.
There's a guy who I used to work with who used to freestyle rap to himself all day, and he had a football shirt. I don't know what team it was, but he had a big 50 and then "Cent" written above it. What a dickhead!
Rob says Harley Quinn having her own game would be cool.
They're doing the Suicide Squad game coming up, aren't they?
Yeah, so she'll be in that, won't she? Rocksteady making a Superman game.
It's been rumoured for a long time, but like I said, they're doing the Suicide Squad game at the minute, so I don't think he'll be in the pipeline.
A Jimmy Savile game would be pretty cool. Now, don't make me go and fetch my copy of Super Trolley.
I'm going to say there is one. Dave's got
it. Super Trolley. If you didn't see Swap Shop last week, I mean, you sure you were on the stream last week? Showed that game with Jimmy Savile with a game that was made by somebody who wrote the Jim Will Fix It all those years ago. So it has been done as well. In response to your previous comment, my friend, 3 favourite Christmas films. I know as we're here.
Wait for Paul's stream.
Yes, Northern Stream coming up on the 12 streams of Christmas.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yes.
Die Hard 2.
Uh-huh.
I know it's not a common choice, but Die Hard 2 I believe is better than the first one. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say Jingle All the Way because I just love it.
Great movie that is. It's so true to life as well, that movie, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. I started watching it as a joke because I love Schwarzenegger, but I actually genuinely love that film now. It's brilliant.
All-time classic. I'm with you on that one.
Oh, Infected on the PSP, I had that. It's really good, but you don't play as him. He's a zombie. There's a zombie mall Santa.
Okay, Christmas films. I'm just going to go back to that because that's just... I mean, I agree. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is one I will sit down and watch.
It's brilliant. I've got.
I'm not a massive fan of Christmas films. I've got to be honest with you. Home Alone probably because it's any films which involve stupid acts of violence like Christmas Vacation and Home Alone.
The new Home Alone's brutal. It really is.
I haven't watched it yet. I've got it to watch.
It's not great, but it's. The violence is like short but sweet. It's just like a 15-minute section or something, but it is really brutal.
Mm.
Especially since a lot of it's inflicted on a woman as well. It's like I don't know. It just makes it worse somehow.
Well, we live in that society now. It can't be men beaten up all the time. You've got to share it around. There is actually a film called coming out. I think it might be a Netflix job or called 8-Bit Christmas, which is set in the late 1980s about a young boy's attempt to get an NES.
Yeah, I did see that. That looks good.
It does look quite good. So if you get a chance, yeah, I think it's a Netflix job. I'm pretty sure it is. Most of these films are nowadays, isn't they? But yeah, so there's a few Christmas films chucked in there. A film based around Arrow. That's the DC character, isn't it? I think so.
Yeah, that would be pretty good.
TV series, yeah.
Christmas films with a bow and arrow. So just be Arkham City with a bow.
Yeah,
but I'd play that.
So Christmas films, people saying Die Hard, Lethal Weapon, and Batman Returns.
Again, never watched them.
God, he need to change that, mate. Why, mate? Come on. National Lampoon's Gremlins, Arthur Christmas. Arthur Christmas is brilliant. It's okay. Yeah, that's a good one, Rob. Not into Christmas films, but I find Elf funny. Yeah, we do watch Elf every year.
Elf is good.
Yeah. Steve says Harold and Kumar's Christmas movie,
Not seen it.
which I've never seen.
No, I've never
I've heard
seen
of the
that.
series, but I've never seen that one either. A serious question. Oh, God. Serious questions on this program. Before eventual one. After knowing what you know now, would you do anything differently? For example, I wish I got into programming on the Specky when I had the chance. So
I wish I'd got that Atari Jaguar when I had the chance.
Yeah. I wish I'd never thrown my Amiga away and kept it and looked after it properly and gave it, kept it, looked after it, and still had it now.
I wish I'd kept on with my band, but if I'd done that, I wouldn't be here now. I don't think.
I wish I never started my channel. Nah, joking. Probably done uni earlier than I did, but I didn't know what I wanted to do, so kind of held off.
I'm 36 and I still don't know what I want to do.
Mate, I'm 10 years older than you, Pete, and I still don't know what I want to do. I'm running out of time. I'm running out of time gradually.
Yeah, I wish I could go back to school knowing what I know now and do better. Yeah, that's one of the regrets I have.
Yeah, I think if I paid
But
more
then
attention,
life is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I paid more attention to the careers advisor at school and not really taking it as lightly as I did, because it probably would have helped me a bit better, I would have thought.
Okay,
Yeah.
twist on this question.
Yeah.
Would you rather go back in the past and tell yourself, don't do this, or do this instead, or go back in the past with something like this iPhone to get invented by yourself earlier than it actually was?
If I went back in time and told myself to do something different, I still wouldn't have done it. That's the problem. Because I'm talking to myself. I'm the worst person to give advice and the worst person to listen to advice, so it just wouldn't make any sense. That's depressing, that to me, wasn't it?
I would take some bubble wrap back. Do a red wolf. Paint it red. Paint it red.
Yeah, stress relief, Tad.
Yeah.
Be
Steve mentioned
millionaire by now.
Bad Santa. That's a good one.
No, it's not. It's awful.
I don't know. I like that. It's quite good, yeah.
Oh, I hated it.
Yeah. Also, the best thing to watch over Christmas is Big Game Owl's Xmas Eve party.
Yes, everyone, please tune into that. It should be epic.
Game Shack wishes he'd never sold all his consoles and games growing up. I think, probably a lot of us regret doing that. Or receiving my original full set of He-Man figures for 50p each at a boot sale.
Oh,
that's an expensive one. Al wishes he had better breakdown cover when he left home today.
Or breakdown cover at all.
Yeah. Wish I didn't sell all my Star Wars stuff 24 years ago. That's the thing that we said this before. It's only on other streams. You just don't know what the value of something is going to be until years later. When I've held on to stuff which I thought was going to be worth a lot more than it actually is. And not because it's I made a mistake, but at the time it was like, oh, get these, because I used to collect like a Marvel, the American comic books, because there was someone used to the road who used to collect them. He had loads, had all the really old ones and big collections. So I started collecting them at the time, and very few of the ones I've got have actually got any value in them whatsoever.
I wish I'd kept or bought more of the original Pokemon cards when they came out, because some of them go for quite a bit now, like the original lots. I think the normal box can go for like 10, 20k. Like, if it's the normal one, even packs can go for like 20, 30 quid a time.
When my kids were young, I used to hate watching them open their figures out of boxes. That's the thing, though, isn't it? You're not play or not to play. That is the question.
You want to keep it in its box, all right?
Yeah.
Figures are supposed to be out of box. I know Eddie's on my side of this one. Figures are supposed to be taken out of the boxes.
Yeah,
definitely.
I think that's the thing with pop figures, isn't it? It's like some people say, "Oh, you should keep them in box," and say you should take them out.
We got. For a while we did collect the Funko Pops a lot, and we have got a lot, and most of them are out of the box, and I don't care. We've got some that would be worth a few £100 now if they were still in the box, but I don't care. They're out of the box. They're supposed to be out of the box.
Breaking news: Al has breakdown cover, but they only work Monday to Fridays.
9 to 5. Are they run by Dolly Parton?
9 to 5. Good grief!
They're like,
So you're always going
Monday
to break
Friday.
down. You're always going to break down when you're at work, aren't you?
I'm you know, don't you get breakdown cover with credit cards and things? Don't you? You have something standard like that. So if you do get stuck somewhere and you've got a credit card as part of your deal, don't you get a cover if you break down somewhere like that? I'm
with Dave. Retro played games badly.
Yeah,
Toys and games are for playing.
Exactly.
100%.
They are. I agree. Apart from the ones I spend a bit of money on, and they'll stay in the boxes. But if it's already open by the time I've got it, I'm going to.
And us then, we're big babies, and we love playing with our toys.
You said that earlier. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Best thing to do with Funko Pops is to burn them.
I agree with that now.
I would agree with that. Yeah. Samhain Gaming, I would go back to the desert island.
The desert island.
Desert island.
Yeah, I'd go back to that.
The desert island, yeah, with ice cream and cheesecake and gatto for all.
I had gatto yesterday, actually. That was very nice.
I bought one today for Christmas, so I haven't had gatto for years. Saw an Insta today. A Nintendo collector's niece opened his Hot Wheels Nintendo's cars. Oh dear! You see, that's the thing. You've got to drum it into them that some things are for opening and some things aren't. But then that blurs the lines, doesn't it? So
you can't buy a toy and not expect a kid to want to play with it, though.
Well, that's it. That's it. You know, you're a kid. You open toys. You play with them.
Yeah.
So now you realise, had you not done that, you'd have been sitting on a bloody fortune of a lot of stuff.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
like I said, you don't know these things at the time. No one makes stuff with the intention of, 30 years later, that's going to be worth a few quid because you've kept hold of it.
You're born not knowing life.
Yeah. That's it. And you have to make decisions.
There. That's not bad for me.
It was really. You're bringing a
student. What he was doing with no power. He was thinking up all these philosophical quotes and all that.
I need to write a book on this.
You're either elevating or bringing the stream down. I'm not sure which one it is at the moment. So.
I'll bring back the jokes. That's what I'm here for.
Get the dog to put on the floor again.
No, the missus is just taken down, so hopefully they're shitting in the right place.
That's good. That's good. Buy a new car. They said they will last longer. They said.
Poor big game man.
Oh,
depends who they are.
The most important thing is, Al, did you have a good day at Doncaster? Was it worth going? And
it was worth the breakdown.
Oh, I'm sure.
I was going to say, was it worth the breakdown cover?
Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Anyway, I think that's probably a good point to finish it, folks, because it's getting close to the 2 hours, which we don't try and go too far beyond. And I see some people had a long day with the Doncaster Gaming Market, etc. So we'll wind up there. But thank you to everybody who's posted questions into the chat, even if your name isn't Clay Graphics, but Clay's done a fantastic job putting questions in. But thank you to everybody who's contributed tonight. So a bit of a random stream tonight, but I think it's been a bit of fun. And thanks to everybody who's contributed and popped in. Also, thanks very much to our panelists this evening, Pete, especially after having such a long day at Doncaster. But thank you for coming on and telling us all about it, mate.
No problem.
And thank you very much indeed to Martin and James as well for agreeing to come on for another round of guest spots again. Guys, thank you very much indeed for coming on. Always a pleasure, and we'll have you back again, I'm sure, at some point in the future as well.
Yep, and of course, remember my stream tomorrow, the Christmas one.
Yep, Martin's channel tomorrow night around about 8:30. That UK Gamer is going to be talking about favourite Christmas games, not just computer games, folks. Board games,
sex games,
party games, sex games, Hunger Games, all sorts of stuff like that.
Olympic games.
Olympic games.
And Mr. Bear, thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
Apologise for the dog shit again.
No, that's all right. That's no problem at all. Pedro, nice to see you. But you
can watch it back.
You can watch it back, mate. It'll be there. Retro Crazy, thank you very much for tuning in. David, Retro Games Page Badly. Thank you for calling in. Where we got go, Nate Game Chat. Thank you for your questions as well tonight, my friend. Glad Al got home safely. Cheers to the roasting. Yep, no worries, mate. You're not going to be able to live that one down. Don't worry about that. Guys, I'm just going to drop you backstage, and we'll just wind it up here. Also, just mention very quickly, James has organised 12 streams at Christmas. Do go across to his channel. You'll get all the information from there. We've already started those. Once last night, Martin's obviously on tomorrow night as well, and then dotted up all the way up until Christmas with Big Game Owls Christmas Eve extravaganza. But do go across to James's channel. Also, check out James's song as well, because it's an experience. It will make you appreciate music a lot more. Believe me.
Maybe you do feature to your podcast in 2 weeks.
I think it's the #1 hit song for this year.
Yep, you did say hit, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Guys, I'll just drop you backstage, all right? But thanks again for your time tonight. Been brilliant. All right. There they go into the distance. And there goes Bod. Right, there we go. Hope you've enjoyed that. Bit random, as I said tonight. But yeah, just it was all, lucky we had a stream tonight, because at one point it didn't look like we didn't get anything done. So I'm so grateful for people coming in and saying hello and asking some questions tonight. Sometimes it works better in these situations with you guys out there, so thank you very much indeed for that. We're back in 2 weeks' time, 19th of December. It's our Christmas special. We're doing the Master System. That's already locked in, done. We've agreed. We've got a special guest lined up. It's going to be our sort of last show of the year as well. So we hope many of you can pop along and enjoy that as well, especially if you've got any Master System enthusiasts out there. I'm sure there's plenty of you. It'd be great to have you along for that chat. And then we will return in the new year, possibly. Our next date after that will be the 2nd of January. We may be doing one that weekend, but we'll tell you a bit more about that next time round. Thank you again to you for watching. If you are watching this either live or watching it on the playback or whatever, thank you very much indeed for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, tick that bell for further videos. We'll be back on the 19th of December, not February, December. In the meantime, do take care, and we'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.